Can our stomach acid dissolve some metals?
Have foreign nationals scammed South Africa's social grant agency out of 38,000 rand?
Has a new study found cardiovascular adverse effects in around a third of teens following Pfizer vaccination?
Welcome to this episode of What's Crap on WhatsApp, the voice note show that investigates the crap shared in your WhatsApp groups. I'm Andisua May from Podcasting Company, Volume.
And I'm Taryn Corey from Africa Check, the continent's leading fact-checking organization. Let's start debunking.
First up for today's script is a claim that, says your stomach acid can dissolve metal. It shows an artist's anatomical impression of the human stomach with orange liquid bubbling inside it.
Interesting. The graphic was flagged as possibly false by Facebook's fact-checking system.
I can understand why. Surely this can't be true.
Let's start with what we do know. Acids are corrosive liquids that break down the chemical structure of living tissue, organic compounds, and metal. They are measured on the pH scale, which ranges from 0 to 14.
That's right. 0 is the most acidic and 7, the pH of water, for example, is neutral. Liquids from 7 to 14, such as household bleach, are base or alkaline. But what about stomach acid?
Stomach acid, also known as gastric acid and gastric juice, is produced by the lining of the stomach. It has a low pH of 1.5 to 3.5, meaning it is highly acidic. It breaks down the food we eat, allowing our bodies to digest the nutrients.
Its acidic component is hydrochloric acid. This is described as a strong corrosive acid that can be used industrially to process steel.
Several science sites support the claim that stomach acid can dissolve metal, but they don't say whether the metal can actually be dissolved inside the stomach, and they don't specify which metal.
In a 1997 study, scientists put razor blades in a simulated gastric juice with the same properties as stomach acid to observe its effects.
After 24 hours, the blades were 63% of their original weight, meaning the acid had broken down roughly a third of the metal.
But the things we eat stay in the stomach for only 30 to 120 minutes before moving to the small intestine. That's not enough time for stomach acid to have any meaningful effect on metal.
Exactly. So stomach acid can theoretically dissolve metal, but it can't do it inside the stomach. And ingesting metal objects can be dangerous, so don't try this at home.
Next up is a claim that 6 foreign adults and their 4 children scammed SASSA, South Africa's social security agency, by turning a 480 rand grant into 38,520 rands.
It says SASSA makes 9 types of grants available to citizens, foreigners, and refugees. It adds that with the birth of just one baby in the country, foreign mothers can claim the 480 rand monthly child support grant.
The blog outlines how these anchor babies are used to cheat the SASSA grant system. Up to 6 adults were able to apply for a foster child grant for 1 child, it says, in addition to the child support grant.
Many expressed disbelief at the so-called scam.
But did this really happen?
Well, SASSA administers social grants to eligible beneficiaries. It's true that it currently offers 9 types of grants, including the child support and foster child grants, but according to a SASSA spokesperson, it's not possible to receive both of these together.
Requirements for each of these grants are set out clearly on SASSA's website and include, for example, that both the applicant and the child live in South Africa.
The blog also claims that up to 6 people can apply for a foster child grant for a single child, but this is also false. The spokesperson said that only 1 person could apply for a grant for up to a maximum of 6 children.
And those children must be in full-time care of the caregiver who is claiming from SASSA. Split caring arrangements were not allowed, she said.
She also explained that foster care grants were only paid out to those who had gone through the lengthy process of assessment and therefore have a valid foster care court order.
So this claim is crap. Last up for today's show is a message saying that a new study found cardiovascular adverse effects in around a third of teens following Pfizer vaccination.
A third? Wow, that's kind of a lot.
Right, and the message is circulating widely. one version on Facebook has been viewed more than 3,400 times.
We trace the claim to an August 2022 study conducted among 301 students from 2 schools in Thailand. It found cardiovascular manifestations in around a third of the sample who had received the Pfizer COVID vaccine. Cardiovascular refers to the heart and circulatory system or blood vessels.
The social media posts suggest that this means the vaccine is unsafe and should be avoided. But that's not true.
No. The study comes after the CDC reported in 2021 that there may be a link between mRNA vaccines and effects on the heart, particularly amongst adolescent males. But the CDC added that although the link exists, these complications are extremely rare.
Looking at the numbers in the study, effects like myocarditis and pericarditis occurred in just 7 of the participants in the study. All 7 had mild symptoms and all recovered quickly.
Contrary to the social media claims being circulated, this data is not anything concerning. Rather, what is concerning, according to researchers and healthcare organizations around the world, is the effect of COVID infection on the heart.
Exactly. The study also made this point, saying the occurrence of heart issues associated with COVID infection is much higher than with mRNA vaccines.
The CDC constantly monitors cases of cardiovascular and other effects after COVID-19 vaccines. Based on the latest available data, they conclude that the vaccines are safe for all age groups, including adolescents.
The claim is crap.
That's all the time we have for today. Now you know what's crap and what's not.
Your friends and family can sign up for our show over WhatsApp. The number is 082-709-3527. Make sure to save us as a contact in your phone and send us a message.
You can find the show wherever you get your podcasts, from Apple to Spotify. If you listen there, you'll find the show notes and a link to the fact checks.
Remember that you can send us a WhatsApp message, a picture, video link, or voice note that you need fact checked. Just forward them to us on WhatsApp. Our theme song is composed by John Bartman. I'm Andisua May.
And I'm Taryn Curry. Bye for now.
Volume.